For this trick, I could start off by handing the cards over to the participant and they can give these a shuffle. Once they have done that and they are satisfied with the shuffle, they would hand the cards back to me and I would explain to the participant that all of the cards are shuffled, mixed up, and different. And keep in mind, you also shuffled as well. So what we're going to try to do in this effect is go over telepathy and telekinesis. So I would first start off by handing the deck over to the participant, and they could start by dealing a few cards from the top of the deck into a pile. Once they are satisfied, they could shuffle the cards in their hands and then repeat the process again. And let's say they go ahead and do that one more time. So they can deal like this, and once they are satisfied, they would stop dealing and put the rest of the deck away. So now with the pile they dealt on the table, they would pick it up and they would deal into two piles like this. So what we're going to try to do now is come up with a card. However, a card is made up of two things, a value and a suit. So what I would like for you to do is take a peek at this card and just remember the value. I don't want to see it, but there it is. Just remember the number. Perfect. So now with this card, go ahead and just remember the suit, because you do have a value. So they would remember the suit for this card. Perfect. So now you have a value and a suit. Go ahead and put both of those together. Remember the number and take the suit and put it right with the number and remember that new card. You can pick up the rest of the cards and you can give them a shuffle. And once you're satisfied, hand the cards over to me. What I'm gonna do now is go ahead and place these cards somewhere into the box. Perfect. So, all I need for you to do is go ahead and think of your new card now. As I go ahead, place my hand over the box, and I now know the card you are thinking of. What I'm going to do is open up the box, take out the cards, and if I spread through the deck, there should be one card face up, and I hope that this was your thought of card, the 7 of diamonds. And that is the trick. If you would like to learn how to do this, please stick around for the tutorial. Before I get into the tutorial, a couple of things I am going to go over. The first thing are the cards I'm using. So these are the Elf playing cards. Elf playing cards by Theory 11. I have a deck review on these, which I will link in the description. So this effect you can actually find in the Penguin Magic Monthly by John Rockerbomber. Now I actually received this, one of many Penguin Magic Monthlies, from 2 boxes of magic I got from my former high school science teacher, so I will link both of those unboxings in the description. So you can actually find this on page 16 and 17. So this is called One from Carey, Over Mind, Over Morning by John Carey. So here is your setup for the trick. What you're going to need is the box, and then you're going to have one card you are going to use. Now, in the instructions, John Carey said to use the 7 of diamonds, so that's why I used it. Once you learn the secret, I'm sure you can use any card you would like. But let's stick with the 7. So what we're going to do is take our force card, the 7, place it face up on top of the deck, and when you put these cards in the box, okay, so I know some people take the back of the cards, and when they place them in, they actually are facing toward the front of the box, like this, and then they close it. I know some people, this is how I do it. I turn the box over for the back of it, and the back of these cards are gonna face the back of the box. You're actually gonna put the cards in this way because of this big flap here. So this flap is gonna be the secret. So your 7 goes face up on top. You're gonna take these, make sure it's facing the back of the box, okay? You're gonna put this in, and all you're gonna do is just squeeze on the upper parts of the box, and if you do that, the top of the box should make the cards pop up. If that doesn't work or happen, you can just pull up with your index finger one card. So once you have that one card, you're going to put the flap right in, and now the card essentially is going to be like outside of the box almost, and this is gonna be your setup. So you can show the front of the box, and you could probably show the back of the box. Just don't let them stare at this part too long, or they may see a little white. But if the white blends in because the tuck flap is white, then I don't think there should be a problem. Just be careful anyway. So how I started was I picked up the box and I showed it off and explained that we're gonna use the deck. I had it like this, and I squeezed the sides of the box, which in my case popped up that card. You can hold it back with your finger just to help you out, but so it's gonna be like this the whole time. You're gonna pop this flap out, and then still hold back and dump the cards out. And now you're gonna let go with your finger and close up the box and put it down carefully. Now don't be like that. That may look suspicious. Just put it down normally. Just don't shake it. So now this is great because you can perform tricks with any trick with the deck, and then when you're ready to do this effect, you're all set up. So the deck can be shuffled, and the move behind this is the call. Okay, so I will link my video for the call in the description. I'm not the best at the call, So essentially what you're gonna do is spread through, show these are different, and because we had the 7 of diamonds, we're first gonna call a 7. And then what you're gonna do is call any diamond, preferably a number. So if you want, you could have contrast by calling a black 7, and then you can call a red diamond. It really doesn't matter. And then right on top of the deck, so you have your diamond and you have your 7. And in the book, it talks about telepathy and telekinesis as well. So they're gonna start by dealing from the top of the deck into one pile. And when they want, they can stop dealing, shuffle the cards, and deal again. And this is going to happen 3 times. And by the 3rd time, they shouldn't have gone through the whole deck, okay? Because that's a lot of cards to deal. So they're gonna go one more time. Once they are done, put the cards aside, pick up this pile, and now they're gonna deal into 2 piles. You really want to watch how they deal, specifically for the very last card. Because if you called a 7 and then a diamond, and then they dealt into 1 pile, they then made 2 piles, this should be a 7. Which in this case, it's not. But you saw in the performance how it worked. So, the last card will be a 7. So you explain, okay, a playing card is made up of 2 things, a value and a suit. So what I want you to do for the first pile is remember the number. So you can show them this card, and they're going to remember the 7, not the suit, just the value or the number 7. And then for this pile, go ahead and just remember the suit because you already have a number. In this case, they're going to remember a diamond. So now go ahead and take the 7 or take the value and the suit, put those together, and remember that new card. And while you say this, you can have them pick up everything and shuffle it. And once they're done, they're going to hand it to you. So now they should be thinking of the 7 of diamonds. They hand you the deck, and here is the last thing. You're gonna put the cards in the box and not make it look like anything special. You're just gonna put the cards away. So, of course you're gonna hide this, but I'm gonna expose it. You're gonna open up the box. Make sure you keep this part away because there is another card in there. And if they get a good enough glimpse, they may see the 7, which is going to ruin the effect. So what I like to do is when I'm talking and distracting them, I move my hands around. I'm going to pull the 7 up about halfway, and then I'm going to put the cards right in the box, and essentially you're going to mash that 7 somewhere into the middle of the deck. I close the box, I put it down, I cover it, I act like I'm trying to read their mind, and then I say, okay, I think I know what card you actually are thinking of. Go ahead for the first time and say your card out loud. They will say the 7 of diamonds, and then you open up the box again, take out the cards, And because that 7 is somewhere in the deck, you are clean inside the box. You're then going to spread the cards. And in this case, it didn't work. But that 7 should be mashed somewhere into the deck. So here's the 7. I'm going to try to put it somewhere in the deck. That is the 8 of diamonds. Okay, so let's take it out. And then when you spread it, there you go. One card is face up, and this should be their thought of card, the 7 of diamonds. And that is the effect. So I hope you really enjoyed this effect. If you did, if you did, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you next time with a new trick. Bye.